Right. So for this week, yeah, week 4, we are actually formally entering to the newest topic, yeah, the latest topic, which is requirements elicitation. Yeah. So for last week, we have talked about artifacts for every activities in elicitation. So this week is the time where we will actually conduct it. Yeah, the process, the elicitation process. So as you know, it will be divided into two level. Okay, so for this week, it's dedicated for the first level, which is to elicit the business requirement. So you have to do this. Yeah, it's actually part of the learning. You might think it's taking too much time, but it's not actually. It's not because of the assignment purposely, it's because of the learning process. Yeah, and at the end of this activity, yeah, you will you will actually get all the artifacts that you have to submit for your assignment one. So this actually to support your activity, your process of preparing and finishing the assignment one. Yeah. All right. So for this part one, yeah, the first level, these are the instructions. Yeah. So listen carefully. Yeah. Okay. So this is going to be part of your project, and it's going to be part of your assignment one. But these activities are for your teaching and for your learning. Yeah, it's for your learning for week 4. All right. All right. So theme, I've given you the theme for the project, which is hobby. Yeah. The project title, as I said, you have to decide in your group which hobby that you want to focus on. Better if you do not pick your own hobby. Yeah, pick someone else hobby because you want to get some ideas from outside. Yeah. It's not advisable to pick your own, everything is on your own. No. Yeah. So you have to get input from outside, yeah, from other people. So take one hobby, and you can just propose a title. Yeah, what kind of software that you would like to propose for this project? Yeah, that's related to hobby. Okay, so it has to be exciting. It has to be something interesting. You are advised to include some new technology. Yeah, maybe using QR code, or maybe I don't know. There are lots of things out there. So make use of them. Yeah, don't just create an app that is only about taking data from reading data from the database and the display. Boringnya kan, it can be part of it, but you have to find something that can be exciting, and also support the hobby for other people. Just one hobby, pick one. Okay, so scope for this week. What you have to do is, so this is going to be level 1. So you have to focus on the domain first, yeah, because it's going to be your foundation for the second level. So you have to find out what are the business requirements that you have to have for this project, yeah. So you have to obtain that from data, and that data you have to go and elicit them. Yeah, it's not supposed to come from your group. It's supposed to come from data that has been elicited from out there. Yeah. So this process has to be done step by step. So don't just go, okay, today you just discuss today and tomorrow you go and elicit. No. You have to do it one by one. All right. So I'll give you support by giving you some tools and schedules so that you can focus on doing it step by step. Yeah. Okay. So the objective for this level 1, the final one, the final outcome for this level 1 is actually to just to get the vision, goal, domain statement, and context diagram. But the activity that you have done is to help you, to assist you to get a good quality outcome, and also to give you experience how to plan well and how to do it structuredly. Okay, so the expected artifacts, yeah, other than all the 4 artifacts mentioned in the objective, you will be producing other artifacts, yeah, for each of the steps. Yeah. before you finally can produce the final artifacts, you will actually produce several other artifacts, small artifacts. It's not something that you have to submit for your assignment one, but it's going to be useful. It has to be produced so that it can help you uh, to go forward, proceed with the next steps and go to the next steps until you get to that four artifacts finally at the end. Okay? All right. So for this project, it's likely, I think it will be different from any project you have involved with, yeah, in other courses. Because in this project, in this course, yeah, everyone will have the opportunity to become leader. Yeah, everyone has to become leader and have to lead their group members. Um, so that's why I mentioned, if you can see down here, assign sub leader. These tasks will be divided into small tasks, and you will have opportunity to lead at least three of the activities. Each one, you three activities for every people. Okay. So what you need as a tools for time being for the learning purpose, yeah. I have provide you with Elicit Assistance, yeah. Elicit Assistant in my Guru, I have upload one file. It's called Elicit Assistant Part 1 version 2. Okay, this is actually a mock app. It's not a real app. It's something I created using just PowerPoint and macro. So if you want to download this file, make sure you allow the macro. Make sure it's enabled. Accept, allow macro. Okay, to make it the file to make it work. So for this Elicit Assist, I'll show it after this, yeah, how to use it. And also you have to register with Google Classroom. So I have seen 16 people already registered and has already apa dah masuk dah dalam Google Classroom. So that's good. Um, so I'll show you also after this. And we also need another tool which is WhatsApp. And WhatsApp, of course, when we have the class WhatsApp is for me to make announcement, for you to ask me general question. But whenever you have any specific question, you have to ask through Google Classroom. Okay? Because you have already registered. So I will assign every of you into your small groups. Yeah. So whenever you have any question, you can use the public comment, but it will be read by your own groups only. Yeah. So I will set up that later today. Yeah. So you may ask me question through there, and I will answer as fast as I can. You may send me at any time, but depends lah on when I will reply kan. Don't expect immediate response lah. Yeah. Okay. For the WhatsApp group, small group, that is your group decision. It's better for each group to have their own WhatsApp group. Yeah. It's better for you to have that group. And if your group needs to use Google Meet or Google Talk for your discussion, yeah, it's up to your group. Okay, I support them, so use them. Okay, all right. So these are the tools that you need. I'll go through that one by one. Okay, so bear with me. I'll open it one by one. Okay, hopefully you can see that. So presenting my Elicit Assistant, yeah, it's not an app, it's just a mock app. Yeah. So if you want to show your client, ni cerita lain lah. You want to show your client how can you get the first impression, yeah, of your client to your app. You can actually just produce a prototype. Yeah. So prototype is not a real, it can be a real software, but it can also be something like this. Yeah? It's a mock app. Yeah, it's not real. This is just built using PowerPoint, yeah, with several macros. So it's very simple one. But this is going to be useful for you to use. Yeah. I don't expect you to download some APKs into your phone, etc. Because some people got limitation, right? So this is something I created. Hopefully it can help you. It's very simple one. It can be easily accessible. Yeah. So let's go and explore. All right. So how are you going to use this app to help you with this elicitation process for this level one? Yeah, business requirements. So the buttons are here. The buttons are all here. This is the buttons. Yeah. So this is actually taken from the lecture note. Yeah. So this is not my lecture note. Yeah. This is just an assistant to help you with the process. Okay. These are the activities that you have to do. So they are all five. Yeah. So you can click one by one to get to that step. But I advise you to go one by one. One, finish the steps, then only you go to the next step. All right. You better work in structured way. So let's see if I click on this first step. So this is a brief explanation of what you should do, yeah, in your first step. So you have to set your objective. So I've given you the objective already, so you don't have to set another objective. This is your objective, yeah, for level one elicitation. Yeah, so these are the things that you want to achieve at the end of your level one elicitation process. Okay, these are the things that you want to achieve. Yeah, okay, and also in this step one, I provide you with the explanation for vision, goal, domain statement, context diagram. I've already shared them last week, but I just put inside this app as well. Okay, so you can go through, yeah, the vision goal, go to the next, and then you'll see the menu for this one. So you can go to vision or you can go to next. And also there are some warnings, so make sure that you read them because it's very important. Yeah, things like this. Please read them. Yeah, whenever you see it. Okay, so make sure you know each of these before you can proceed with second step. Yeah, because you already have the step one artifacts, the objective, so you can proceed to step two. But you have to know what they are because you are going to plan how to get that information so that you can create all these four artifacts. Yeah, so from here you can go to the menu and read what is vision, etc. I've given you some examples as well. So this coming from the lecture notes and some additional stuff. Okay, so this is the domain statement template. It's going to be useful for you because previous class I just show you the example, kan? So this is actually the template that you can use. Yeah, so at the end of the stage, at the end of the level one, you have to fill this in. Okay, not now, not now. Yeah. Okay. What else? So we have context diagram as well. So this is the same thing. Yeah. And job. Okay, so kat sini ada test. You also have a test function here, so you can test whether you understand step one or not. Okay, so that's it. So that is for step one. So you don't have to do anything for step one actually, but you just have to read that because the objective is already there. Okay, you don't have to set another objective, so you have the objective there. But you have to make sure that you understand what is vision, what is goal. Okay, all right. Okay, second step. So identify resources. In this process, you have to identify where can you get all the information from. Okay, remember the information that you want to look for is not a huge one. It's just to get some foundation knowledge about the system, the app that you want to do. Okay, how can you get some information, some ideas? Yeah, so you can get it from people, the stakeholders, or from existing system available, maybe from something that you can download from Google Play or something. Yeah, and then also documents like maybe some advertisement, some video on YouTube talking about something about the hobby. And you can get information from there as well. So you can include that under documents. Yeah. So documents not just written. It can be videos. It can be audio. It can be I don't know. It can be anything. Yeah, something that you can see and read. Yeah, but system is the real system where you can actually download and use them and see what are the functions that they use, who can actually use the system. So there are the kind of information that you can learn from all the sources. But you're not getting the information yet. You just try to identify them only. Which one will be useful? Which one? Is this system okay? So if it's okay, it's related, then put the name inside the list. And also put the source where you get them. Yeah. All right. So step two, identify. Just identify, meaning that the artifact expected is just a list. Yeah. Uh, don't go and elicit information and find something from that. No, you can just go through and see whether it's related or not and take it in. That's it. Okay. For second step, very simple. Okay, so here I also provide some of the example and explanation, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we can go and see the example as well. These are example of the stakeholders. So just list them down. Yeah, just list them down. And also documents. These are the example. This is just one example. These are the list example. So you can just write this down like this only. Yeah, but make sure this actually related to your and somehow it's related. Doesn't have to be everything has to be related. Maybe just some part of the content related. That is fine also. You can put them inside the list. Okay. All right. That's number 3. So we go back to the menu and we go to the third activity, which is analyze your stakeholders. So for level 1 business requirements, analyze your stakeholders is a simple activity. Yeah, it can be achieved by discuss by through discussion with your group members. Yeah, so you have to decide from the stakeholders list that you have from the second step. So go and look through which one can be the main stakeholders that you should ask question for this level 1, yeah, business requirement. So it's not going to be hard for analyzing your stakeholders for this level. But when it come to level 2, yang tu dia have extra works, yeah, to analyze the stakeholders, because it's going to be um, more apa, it's going to be more than this one, the quantity, yeah, the quantity of stakeholders. For this level, maybe we will involve around maybe 2-3 people, but when it comes to level 2, maybe it can up to 20-25 people or more. Yeah. Okay, so let's focus on level 1 first. It's going to be simple, so don't think too hard. Okay, I also provide you some tests here so that you can try it out. And let's go to the fourth activities. Yeah, so fourth step. So in the fourth step, you have to plan. You know already who can give you information, you know the document system, the list you have already. So you know that you can do something on them and you can get information from them. So you have to plan. Yeah, you have to plan. So don't elicit anything at all at this stage yet. No, just this is about plan. So you're not going to elicit anything. Yeah. This is about building a plan. So here is where you have to decide what kind of technique that you will use, tools, instruments, etc. So basically, the activities that I advise you to use is interview, survey, user story, or content analysis. So it's an or. Yeah, you can combine them. You can choose more than one. For example, stakeholders, you want to choose 2 types or different technique, you can. But make sure if it's the same stakeholders, it's the same people, don't ask the same question or don't use the same technique. So different technique is used because it will be more efficient to use this technique with this stakeholder, for example. So and this kind of question. So that's why you pick that technique. And then as additional, you want to get more information, so you ask this kind of question to this stakeholder. Or maybe the same stakeholder, but you ask more advanced question or more deeper question. So you have to plan. You have to plan. Yeah. Okay, and for the content analysis, it's actually for this document and the system. Yeah, where you do some analysis on the computer. Sorry, on the apps or on the advertisement or on the video. So the technique is called content analysis. But as I said, don't go and do that yet. You just want to name the technique that you want to use. That's it. At this stage, just name the technique. All right. Okay, so read the warning, the precaution, everything, the notes, and these are the some sample of question that you can use with your stakeholders. Yeah, but you don't have to pick all of this question. You can derive your own question, but make sure the question are designed to get the information for that four artifacts. That's why you have to understand the four artifacts really well, because you want to get information so that you can build up the domain statement, the context diagram, everything. So you need to get that information only. So don't ask too much question. This is the first level. You don't have to ask much question. Yeah. Okay. And these are example of where how you can actually represent your plan. Yeah. But you can make use your own. If you have your own plan table, up to you. You can use it. But what I want to see is for stakeholders, what kind of technique that you use, what is the name of the technique, what tools that you will need. Maybe you need the Google form, or maybe you need to use, I don't know, maybe you want to use the recorder, maybe just WhatsApp. And the instrument is the question, if you need the questionnaire. So what are the questions that you use? Yeah. So that's how you represent the data. Yeah. For this step 4. All right. That's simple. Just to build the plan. It won't take long. Yeah. Okay. And then only when they come to step 5, then only you are going to conduct the elicitation. All right. Although the level 1 is named as business requirement elicitation, but we only elicit during step 5. Yeah, at the end step, the last step. Yeah. So the name of the business requirement elicitation from step 1 until 4 is actually for planning. Yeah, to make sure that you are all prepared. Then when it comes to step 5, then only you elicit the information from all your sources. Okay, once you have elicit them, analyze them, yeah, and see what kind of information that you can derive from all the sources, and create the 4 artifacts. That's what we call model. Create the all 4 artifacts: the domain statement, context diagram, the whatever. The first one is apa yang first one? Apa yang 4 tu? What are the 4 artifacts? Vision. Lagi? Dengar ke tak? Goals. Good. Lagi? Domain statement. Domain is the whole thing. Domain is just the environment. Context diagram. Good. Okay, so there are 4. Yeah? Vision, goal, domain statement, and context diagram. So make sure you understand that before you proceed with step 2. Alright? Okay. So that's how you can use your application. Yeah, this mock app. Yeah, it's a simple one, but it can be useful for you. So once you have completed everything, yeah, you can actually click on this button. I won't show it now. You can do it on your own, but wait until you have finished everything. Then only you click on that. Okay. All right. So one important thing is, yeah, I don't leave you to do the stats all by yourself. Yeah, you have to report to me your progress. Yeah, you have to report your progress for every step. Yeah, for example here, step 1 tak ada. Okay, so we go to step 2. Example that you have done the stakeholders list, blah blah blah, and then you have this list ready. Yeah, for example, okay, you have to report to me in the Google Classroom, and let me see your list. Yeah.